I had to hit rock bottom to realize the importance of having a map and applying it to my life. I felt like I was standing at the bottom of a well, looking up at life which felt very, very far away. Everything was dark and bleak, but at the center, the light was very clear. The way forward and out, the steeper climb as it was very obvious to me. Do you ever wake up feeling like you're just going through the motions, just sort of stuck on a treadmill and you can't figure out how to get off? Well, you're not alone. Studies show that many men feel overwhelmed by societal pressures and personal stresses. But imagine finding a deeper meaning and a clearer direction in your life. If that sounds good, you're in the right place. My name's David Schofield. I'm a men's transformational coach and network builder. Over the past decade, I've gone from having a directionless life, no money, no job, and nowhere to live, to now having a meaningful business, a loving family, and engaged in projects and activities that feel really important to me. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to find the same sense of meaning and purpose. In my work, I've helped hundreds of men navigate their way toward a fulfilling life. So whether you're feeling stuck in a rut or seeking greater meaning, I've been in your shoes and I've helped many other people with these challenges. I've gotten myself out of desperately miserable situations to now building businesses and developing supportive communities around me. One example of someone I've helped is John. John was a property developer with a comfortable 5-figure salary. Not bad, eh? But despite his seeming success, he was feeling lost and unfulfilled. His relationships were strained and he was often feeling angry. So John came to me seeking purpose and direction. And he's not alone. Take Lucas, Gareth, Alistair, and many others. In this video, I'll share my proven system for discovering your true self and finding your purpose. We'll cover foundational steps that will help you to unlock your true potential and align your life with your deepest values. So let's get into it. The first step to discovering your purpose is to unlock your true potential. This involves a deep dive into your unique strengths, passions, and interests. When you align these aspects, you create a powerful foundation for a purposeful life. And I found that using a structured approach makes all the difference. But before we get into that, there's some groundwork to do. I want to share some common mistakes that I bet you're guilty of right now, and they will definitely prevent you from moving forward towards your potential. The first mistake is not knowing what's going on with your finances. Many men overlook the importance of understanding their financial situation. The impact of neglecting your finances can be severe. It leads to constant stress, anxiety, and a feeling of insecurity. Financial instability can affect your relationships, your mental health, and your ability to make clear, confident decisions about your future. Imagine trying to build a house without solid foundations. That's what managing your life without financial clarity feels like. The second mistake is not being honest with yourself. Self-deception is a common error. We often avoid facing uncomfortable truths about ourselves, whether that's about our job, our relationships, or our personal habits. The lack of honesty prevents growth and keeps us stuck in a cycle of dissatisfaction. The impact is profound. It erodes your self-esteem, hinders your personal development, and prevents you from moving toward your full potential. Being honest with yourself is an essential step toward meaningful change. It allows you to address the root cause of your problems and then take actionable steps to overcoming those situations. And the third mistake is one that many men are guilty of these days, not prioritizing what you love. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind, neglecting your passions and interests. However, not prioritizing what you love leads to a life that feels empty and unfulfilling. The impact here is a gradual decline in your enthusiasm for life, increased stress levels, and a pervasive feeling that you're living someone else's life. When you don't make time for activities and pursuits that enliven you, you miss out on a vital source of energy and motivation. Prioritizing your passions isn't a luxury, it's an essential ingredient for a balanced and happy life. So if that's what doesn't work, what does? The first thing you need to do is to choose a map to use to build your life. Now, not all maps are made equally, some are more valuable than others. I personally like to choose very, very old maps because they've been around for a long time and they're still around for a reason, because people have found value in them generation after generation and continue to pass them on, so they must have something in them, eh? For example, I use the map of the 4 classical elements, earth, water, air, and fire, as a way to create a balanced and fulfilling life. This ancient framework is practical and helps categorize and balance different aspects of your life. Earth represents the tangible, physical aspects of your life, like your body, your money, your routine, and your environments. Water covers your emotions and your relationships. Air involves thoughts, beliefs, and communication. Fire is all about your energy levels, passions, and action. Breaking down life into these categories creates a balanced and comprehensive approach to personal development. I have seen many men, perhaps like you, benefit from this framework. Then, once you have your map, the next thing you need to do is to identify what a good life looks like through the lens of the map that you've chosen. So reflect on each area of your life and imagine the ideal outcome in those areas. With Earth, think about your health, your financial situation, your physical environments, your routine. What does the best situation look like in those areas? What would your health look like? How would your finances be managed? And what would your perfect home and workspace be like? With water, consider your emotions and your relationships. How do you want to feel daily? What do your ideal relationships look like? With air, reflect on your thoughts and your beliefs. What mindset do you need to have in order to achieve your goals? And how do you communicate effectively with others? With fire, think about your passions and your actions. What activities make you feel aligned, and how can you align your daily life with your core values? Really question it. From where you're standing right now, what is the perfect 10 situation in all of those areas, in no particular time frame? By painting a vivid picture of what you want each area of life to look like, you create a target, a vision for what the ideal life would be like. And now it's time for some tough love. Committing to an excruciating inventory of your life as it is right now. This step is crucial because it helps you to highlight the gap between your current reality and your ideal visions. With Earth, critically assess your current health, your financial situation, your routine, and your physical environments. What's working and what's not? For example, do you know how much money is coming in and out of your bank account over the next few months? And what are you spending your money on? Often we're surprised that we're actually better off than we thought. And if you are, well, what are you going to do with the money? But if you're not, at least now you know and you could start to do something about it. With water, evaluate your emotional well-being and the quality of your relationships. Where do you feel fulfilled? Where are there issues? For example, are you spending enough quality time with the people that you love? With air, consider your current thoughts, beliefs, and communication style. Are they empowering or limiting? For example, are you avoiding having a difficult conversation with someone which is eating you up inside and preventing you from going places or doing certain things? Wouldn't it be nice to not be burdened with that anymore? Well, that's in your control. With fire, look at your current levels of passion and energy. Are you engaging in activities that ignite your spirit, or are you feeling drained? For example, do you attend the same meeting over and over again every week when you don't need or want to be there? By taking a thorough, honest inventory of your current situation in every area, you can pinpoint exactly where changes need to be made. This gap analysis will help you to identify the next steps on your personal development journey. Next, here are a few practical steps you can take right now to start moving toward your life of meaning and purpose. Money can be very stressful, and not knowing what's going on with it can really hinder us from moving toward the life we want to live. So clearly record all of your regular income and outgoings, all of your savings, your debts, and your investments. Get that all down in black and white. While you're at it, collect up all your bank statements and receipts and analyze where your money's been going over the last 6 months. Find ways to cut down on unnecessary expenses and plan ahead. Make sure you know what's likely to come in and out over the next 6 to 12 months. And ideally, you should have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months to cover any unforeseen circumstances. Another tip, if you have let yourself or someone else down, or there's something you need to say that you're not saying, this is weighing you down and draining your energy, stopping you from putting that energy into moving forward. So write a list right now, just off the top of your head, all the things that you've been holding on to and not addressing. You can pause the video and do that right now. Perhaps there are things you feel ashamed or guilty of. You needn't share them with anyone else. First and foremost, you need to be honest with yourself about the reality of your life so that then you can decide what to do about it. And a final tip, investigate deeply what you are really passionate about. Think about moments when you felt truly engaged and enlivened by a situation that you were in. What was going on? If you can find a way to bring all of these separate pieces together into a single place, a single role, then you potentially have a purpose-driven business on your hands. John, who I mentioned earlier, began to assess his life using the framework I've just described to you. He recognized that while he had financial stability, earth, he lacked emotional fulfillment, water, and intellectual stimulation, air. John set clear goals for his personal development and committed to deepening his relationships. He also decided to pursue a passion project, which has now resulted in a business with 7 to 8 figure potential. When you do what you love, folks, eventually you will succeed. As an example from my own life, by applying this framework, I realized that I needed to distance myself from the community of partygoers I had surrounded myself with. Whilst those connections were loving and strong, the people weren't really going anywhere in their own lives, so I had to remove myself. And from there, I started building community projects, and then a social enterprise, and then my own freelance business, which eventually led to me running this business, Purpose in Action Coaching. So now my work enables me to pursue my passion for personal development whilst bringing people together in a community around the Nobles Path Men's Personal Development Network. I had to hit rock bottom to realize the importance of having a map and applying it to my life. I felt like I was standing at the bottom of a well, looking up at life which felt very, very far away. Everything was dark and bleak, but at the center, the light was very clear. The way forward and out, the steeper climb as it was very obvious to me. You see, standing at the bottom of that well, all of the noise in my life had been stripped away. Now that's important, but you needn't wait for something horrible to happen to you to do that. You can strip away the noise yourself, and that is exactly what I've been encouraging you to do through this video. By doing so, you sharpen your focus and you retain your energy to apply to the right direction forward. So to summarize, discovering your purpose starts with uncovering your true potential. In order to achieve that, you need strong foundations, you need to be honest with yourself, and you need to do what you love. By starting to take these steps, you can build a life that is fulfilling and meaningful. Thank you very much for watching. And if you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. By doing so, you are helping me personally, but also you're giving me the feedback I need to create the content that best serves you. And if you want some additional resources, please check out my newsletter. It's the only newsletter you'll need to find your purpose. I will leave a link in the description in the bio below. And if you sign up today, you will also get a free guide in how to identify your financial independence target. Now, with earth-related things like money, it's important to have a tangible, obvious target, very earth. Otherwise, vague outcomes, vague visions lead to vague results. You can also join the Nobles Path Men's Movement, which is all about us discovering our individual purposes, because the individual is the foundational unit within a functioning society. However, we're doing this together because friendships, alliances are very important, particularly in troublesome times like we have. It's important to have access to the wisdom, the knowledge, the skills, and the resources that you need from others, because we can't solve it all on our own. So to summarize again, start your journey toward finding your purpose by getting clear on your finances, where you're out of integrity, and what you really love. Remember, the first step toward discovering your purpose, the major piece, is to unlock your true potential.